Hi guys, welcome back to this channel. My name is Pradeep Hota. So in today's financial tutorial, we are going to learn how to adjust any payment difference if it will be there, small payment difference will be there in our customer invoice. This is a real world accounts receivable scenario where a customer is going to make the payment and for few rupees or few dollar less than the invoice amount. So maybe some charges deducted or something. So to make this or they will try to make the payment by rounding off. So if they are going to round off it, whether system is going to accept it or not. So all these things we are going to discuss today. So first I'm going to explain one business process, and with reference to business process, we will take the findings first. We will understand the logic. Then after that, we will configure the same thing in the system. We will post one customer collection, and with reference to customer collection, we will see how system is going to react on that particular transaction, if any small difference will be there. So to understand this one in better way, I have taken here one business example. Now here, assume that is our customer is XY Limited, and the company is ABC Limited. So ABC Limited is going to initially, let's say they have posted one invoice, or they have raised the customer invoice. Let's take it is 1000 USD, and this customer XYZ Limited, suppose, make the payment. Now, when customer made this payment, so they actually paid 1000 USD, but there are some bank charges was there, and when they process this payment, so bank deducted, let's say, $2. So it happens always, like, so when you will go for some NEFT transfer or any ACH transfer, some bank is going to deduct the charges. So if I'm the customer, I maybe initiated the full payment, but maybe my supplier is going to get some amount by deducting that bank whatever amount is deducted. So as it is a very small difference, let's say $2, so that means bank whatever bank is deducted here. So as per the company policy, if any difference below $5, so it will be considered as immaterial. Okay, so as per the company policy, they are not going to pay again that $2. So I hope you are getting my point. So due was 1000, but customer made the payment 1000, but because of the bank charges, that $2 deducted. But as it is less than their policy, that means up to $5, they're not going to repay that payment. If it is more than $5, maybe they can adjust that difference. But as it is less than $5, so they consider this is a very uh, negligible amount. So that's why they are requesting to the supplier, means in this case we are the supplier ABC Limited, to adjust that amount. Now in our books of account, there is one open item is showing, that is $1000. Okay, so when we will check the customer open item FBL5N, so there it's showing 1000, but customer is making a payment of, or customer is transferred here 990. So we have received only 998. Now in this case, whether system is going to accept in place of 1998, or as a finance team, as a, you suppose, let's say you are processing this payment, so what you are going to do? So because if system is not going to accept 998 in place of 1000, then the entry will not be accepted from your user. That means when you are trying to process, so whether you are going to ask to make the payment that $2 once again, or whether that clearing is not possible. So while posting that writing process we are going to do, how we are going to handle this small adjustment, small difference. Okay, so what should be the accounting entry? Let's say we are going to accept it. Okay, so when we are going to process it, let's say system is going to accept it. In this case, that $2 will be considered as our expense, because we supposed to receive here 1000 in place of 1000. We have received 990. So your bank account is going to be, so your accounting entry will be, bank account is going to be debit 998, what actually we have received, but customer is going to be credited here 1000, because it was earlier we have the open item, and automatically system is going to post here one entry, that is one expense entry or adjusted entry you can say, which is our P&L item, and for the $2. If it is accepted, it's not like always by default it will be accepted. Accordingly, we have to configure it. So if it is accepted, sometimes what happen, let's say I'm the entry level staff. So from my user ID, it is not acceptable. My manager can accept it, or my manager can process it. Or let's say sometimes for a particular customer it is not applicable, means we are for high value customers maybe we can say it's okay, let's proceed. So we can adjust that to $2, but for rare customers or occasional customers maybe we will not allow. So it depends, customer to customer it will vary and user to user also vary. But if it is in both case it is accepted, then system is going to post one debit entry row, and this will be auto calculated and auto posting. Means being user, I am not going to worried about whether it is accepted or not. Whether it will be accepted, then what should be the accounting entry, means manually I'm not going to do anything here. I will just process a collection entry, whether I'm going to use Fiori applications like your incoming payment, or I'm going to use F-28, whatever. So system is going to adjust this entry and system is going to post this entry. So let me first show you in the system the user part, then I will show you the backend configuration part. Okay, so let me log into the system. Now we will go to FBL 5N to check our open items. I'm using on-premise. If you'll go to, if you'll use Fiori also, you will get the same option. You will need to check the open item application from Fiori. Okay, so uh, FBL 5N, where we are going to see the customer open items. So here I already posted one customer invoice for 1000 USD. So I'm going to take that one for demonstration purpose. Customer invoice, you may post with integrating with SD, or you can post manually with FB70. If you have not checked those videos, you may check the accounts receivable playlist or order to cash playlist. You will get the reference how to post the customer invoice. So here I'm going to check open items. So let's take example of this 1000 USD. So we have an open item for 1000 USD and we are going to collect it. Now I'm the user who is going to process the collection entry, and as per example, customer is making here payment of 998 in place of 1000 USD, which is due, in fact, which is overdue, and I'm going to process the F-28. So you can use the transaction code F-28 or you can use the navigation. So under accounts receivable, because collection is part of our accounts receivable, so you can post here F-28, or you can also clear through bank reconciliation. So select here the date and I will post here. Okay, so you can give some text and or so collection. Then you can select your bank account ID. As it is my F-28, so manual entry is required. So collection amount is 998. Clearing date is also required. And you need to specify your open items or by selecting customer. So this one we are not going to collect now, so we will collect 1000. Now here you can see one difference is showing, and as per the current settings this 2000 is not acceptable. I mean, sorry, this $2 is not acceptable because it is, whether it is permittable payment difference or it is not acceptable, that next we are going to see. But the due amount is 1000, whereas customer is making a payment of 998. So this $2 is your payment difference. So if it is possible, we can round up this one and we can collect it 998. If it is not possible, then in this case system is not going to accept it. Now just to test it, let's say here I'm going to, let's say, enter, because 998 it will work as per my current settings, but let's say this customer is making a payment of here, let's say 950. So in place of 1000, customer is making payment 950. Let's say whether it, let's check this one is acceptable or not. So first I'm going to process with 950 instead of 998. So I will change this line, instead of 998, let's make it 950 and let's simulate it. Now in this case, you can see there is one error, a message is coming. The difference is too large for clearing. That means it is not possible. In this case, we are not giving any discount, because if a discount will be there, then that should be there in your configuration, that should be there in the payment terms. So in payment terms, that discount should be there, right? In this case, there is no difference. You can see there is no cash discount option is also coming. So if any discount will come, then it will appear here. So cash discount option will come, it will appear here. So in this case, nothing is there. So that means cash discount concept is not applicable in this case, but this is not permissible. So this payment difference is not permissible. So now let me change this amount to 998 so that we will see whether it is acceptable or not. So change it to 998. Now it is acceptable. Check this accounting entry. So this, as per this accounting entry, so here incoming account is going to debit, your bank account is going to debit 998, customer account is going to credit 1000, and while posting this collection entry, I have not entered anything. I have not selected any GL account, I have not selected any amount. Whatever the difference amount was there, automatically system adjusted it. So this is called adjustment of your rounding difference. So if it is acceptable, then system is going to accept. Last time when I tried to post 950, it was not acceptable. Okay, now being user, I'm just going to post this accounting entry on, I will go. So the document posted here, the document number 14008 posted. So that means customer account collection entry done. So this is our entry view and this is our GL view. So in every line items, the informations are there. And I can see for this account receivable, the clearing informations, clearing document is updated here. So this is our clearing document. Customer amount should be cleared. So there is no open items are there. So this is our accounting entry posted. So automatically you can say this difference amount is there. And as it is your expense, because as it is your expense, it should be transferred to FI. So as this EL account is updated, it is transferred to FI. Plus this difference $2 also need to be recorded in your cost of production calculation. Although it is not directly related to your production, but every cost need to be transferred to cost of production. So it will be considered as your admin cost. Now, if I will check the respective cost center, then this $2 also you will find there, because every cost need to be captured, whether it is directly involved in the production or indirectly we are going to do the allocation. So we need to specify the cost center, and this entry you can see $2 it is posted. So with the collection entry $2, and again this value will be transferred to your production cost center. So answer is yes, possible permittable payment difference is possible, or separately we have to do the configuration. Now user point of view, I don't have to do anything. I just process the collection entry, but collection point of view, backend configuration should be there. One configuration is first you have to identify which GL account we are going to use here. In this case, this 2010 GL account, automatically system should post edit. So that means one GL account should be configured. So as a finance consultant, initially if this requirement will be there, so I need to create a GL account. Done. Next, we are going to assign that GL account for auto mapping. This is not integration. It is not your FISD integration, because here SD is not involved. It is purely accounts related collection entry, but it is auto posting. So in this case, we have to assign the particular GL account under chart of account or with the mapping rule. Transaction code is OBXL. Okay, and navigation point of view, it is part of your. So first you have to create the GL account. Then you need to assign this GL account, and that GL account when you are going to create, make sure that auto posting rule should be applicable, so that no user manually is going to post the entry. System is only internal postings are applicable. So post automatic only option should be activated. And configuration point of view, so you need to go to the accounts receivable settings. So financial accounting, then accounts receivable, then go to business transactions. It is related to collection. Same is applicable for payment, but in payment it will be our income, but this time it will be expenditure. So go to your incoming payment. So go to incoming payment. Then here you need to specify the cash discount, but it is not related to cash discount. So use this one. Define accounts for exchange rate. Again, it is not related to exchange rate. It should be overpayment or underpayment. In this case, it is underpayment. So define accounts for overpayment, underpayment options, and you need to assign this particular GL account. So 2010 GL account was updated here. So because of this settings, or because of this mapping, automatically system identified that particular GL account and it's posted. Next question, this is for the GL posting. Next question is whether it is acceptable from a particular user or not. It is acceptable for a particular customer or not. So obviously you have to maintain the tolerance also. So being user, I should authorize to post this collection entry. So we know that user tolerance is transaction code OBA4. So go to OBA4 settings, and here make sure that this difference is acceptable. So tolerance group you are maintaining, you need to maintain that one. Otherwise specify your company code. I have not maintained any group. So directly I will go to the company code, and here you have to make sure that whatever it is your permissive difference, that you need to accept. Now, as per this rule, whatever it is maintained, so up to $50 we can accept, up to permitted difference $50. But when I try to post 950, why it was not working that time? The reason is $50 or 1%, whichever is less. So 1000, 1% is 10. So that is why in this case 10 is applicable. So if I would have posted 990, so in that case maybe it was system should accept it. But as I entered there 950 means 50, I adjusted, try to adjust it. So it was not acceptable. So for me, I am only authorized to make a payment. I can go for a collection up to this settings. That means $50 or 1%. 50 is bit higher amount, but because normally the rounding difference should not be adjusted with $50. But as per the settings, this is applicable. So once you will configure this part, then automatically once you will post it, it will be there. So it is sometimes related to if you are a user point of view, you are preparing. So it is part of your O2C, particularly when you are preparing for accounts receivable related interview questions or segment. This type of questions will be there, and configuration point of view, this part will be there for the consultant. Every business process having twofold. One is the front end part, what the user is doing, and another one is back end. User point of view, can see here, it is very easy work. I don't need to bother about what user is, what things I am going to do. But configuration point of view, in detail, we need to configure here. So this configuration part, if you have it, then it is going to work. And tolerance part, keep in mind, because without tolerance, it will not work. It is not going to work here. Now, what is the real world impact of this one? In the real world or in day-to-day operation, finance team face a lot of issues related to, or frequent issues they used to issue, because always you will find bank is deduct some amount when there will be a collection entry will be processed. So it is going to mismatch with your transactions. This time I processed Swift as 28, but let's say it is, we are going to clear it through bank reconciliation. How to clear it through bank reconciliation? I already prepared this scenario. You can check this particular video. So if any small mismatch will be there, then because of this bank charges or rounding and all, then system is not going to accept it, and it will be there in the open list. So always you will find that even after posting collection entry, it will show in open entry, and system is not going to accept that one. So it will be always there in the uncleared amount. So that's why if you're going to configure this one, or if you're going to write off these settings, then automatically once any collection transactions will be posted or bank statement will be uploaded, automatically system is going to adjust this one. Thank you very much for watching this video.